Alright, here we are with the intake manifold. This probably has to be one of the cheapest slash shittiest intake manifolds on YouTube. But where we're at, the last video where we're pointing it towards the backs with the twin throttle bodies, so dual twins. Yeah, so we're still carrying on with that. I bought this a long time ago, and I can't remember if it was a 3SVE. I think it was 3SVE, not 5SVE. Intake manifold, because getting cast, or really any sort of smaller 1.5 inch, 1.75 inch aluminum elbows is really expensive. About like $30 a pop. I mean, I'd be spending close to 300 just on this manifold, needing 10 of them, possibly more. It's just not in the budget. So this was $60 CAD, so $3 US. Yeah, dirt cheap. It has 6 runners with 2 bends on each, and if you're careful, like I was on this one, you can use both. If you're not so careful, you can still use it, but you're gonna have to weld it up. Yeah, so did that. There's still a top section of it somewhere around here. We ripped out the centerpiece. There it is. And now what we're doing is we are keeping our line. It's very rough line, but we're keeping that runner height as it goes across. As I finish it, it gets easier. You can kind of see what we've had to do. This one is kind of a hard 90 to another 90 across. Not the best, but it is what it is. And then on this one, we were able just to get away with a 90. Same on this side, we were able to get away with a 90. And again, 90 to a 90. But we only have 3.5 inches of total height here before it's going to make contact with the hood. Now, on the last car I had this in, I had that giant hood scoop, and it was fun. But I don't know if the Camaro is a good hood scoop car. I kind of like it with the OEM one. Now the OEM Berlinetto hood, as I'm not a big Camaro guy, so I might be wrong, but it may be a standard hood on all of them, but the Berlinetto one has a tiny little upward tick in the center, so it's a small OEM cowl. Nothing to write home about, but that extra 1/4 inch is going to guarantee me proper clearance on this. So yeah, it's coming along. I mean, there's some things we're going to have to weld differently. Like we'll have to weld this guy on the inside up, and then where we can on the outside. But it is what it is. We're maybe going to have room for the factory alternator as well, which is cool. So it'll be right proud in the center, which is kind of goofy looking, but Ford's Ford. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I'm forgetting, other than we're going to have to mess with how the thermostat is. Keep the housing there, but then either extend this port over out through the front and then put a housing on the front so that we can have the thermostat work correctly. Not a big deal. It's easy enough to grind that out, or either tap it or bore it out and put a bigger tap and 90-degree port, and then have our thermostat right on the front. And that'll make it a bit easier for hood clearance, because everything's all about hood clearance right now. And the OEM thermostat, this is the OEM one, so it had an even bigger port on it. That's above our 3.5 inches by a huge margin. So we're gonna have to figure that out. So whether it goes kind of somewhere up on the front or something else, we'll figure it out. We have our Coyote V8 thermostat, which something like that might actually work just on the front, but we'll see how it is. But yeah, before I ramble, it's in. We're obviously going to have to still cut all this off. Our plan to weld it is to cut all these tacks off, pull the plates off one at a time, and then do what we can for welding all the way around. Probably use our smoke tester and put it in there, make sure there's no leaks. Die grind it out so it's nice. I mean, we can only get it so nice. And yeah, then tack the plates back on, and then yeah, do this side, and then put the plates on, and then or hold them up to it, and we'll drill the hole out. And yeah, we'll do a nice little lap joint on the inside to the pipe, and then the outside we'll just weld wherever we can. We're still gonna have to obviously grind this down and keep them all straight. They're all a little bit just tweaked, but everything is eyeballing. But yeah, I'm rambling now, so smell you later.